Welcome. In this video, I'll be showing you the process I go through each time I start a 3D printing project. Before I get into the build, I want to go over how I got into 3D printing in the first place. I was in a tech class and we got a project and we were able to design anything we wanted on the school's 3D printer. I decided to make a phone holder. It was pretty simple, but it really piqued my interest in 3D printing. I started to watch tons of YouTube videos, I read a ton of articles, and I really did a lot of research on which printer I wanted to get, the materials I wanted to use, and really how to use it when I got it. So I asked for a 3D printer for my birthday, and I got it, and ever since I've been printing, designing, and making things for around the house, for personal use, and just for fun.
The first step to 3D printing before you even think about designing your final print is to find the problem. In this case, a bracket on my fridge broke off because there was a jug of milk and someone opened the fridge too hard and it pushed against that metal bar that goes across and snapped the bracket off. It rendered the shelf there useless. You couldn't put anything on it or it would just fall off. So I decided to design something and 3D print it so that we could use that part of the fridge again. After you determine the problem, I like to start by sketching out the design. I did a lot of sketching in tech classes and engineering classes in school, and I think it's a great way to start your design. It gives you a base model to go off of when you're using your software. So I like to sketch it very rough, and then after I sketch it, I go and measure all the pieces that I need. So I'm measuring the sizes of the little outcrops that are created on the side door of the fridge. I'm measuring the distance between them. I'm measuring how tall they are. So I'm measuring all these measurements so that I can place them on top of my drawing and use that in my 3D software and build upon that and create the final product. I use calipers also when I'm taking measurements, so they're more exact, because when you're using functional pieces in functional equipment, things need to be really exact, and so using calipers is an easy way to get exact measurements. Before I design the final product, I like to break the design into pieces, because this is a bigger design, and breaking it into pieces allows me to fine-tune each piece without having to print the whole thing every single time. So that I fine-tune the little pieces that connect to that, like the outcrops on the door. And so I kept printing them. I printed a ton of them, and I kept doing it until they fit perfectly. And that was easy because they only took like 30 minutes to print. They were real easy, real quick. And so I didn't have to print the whole 5-hour model each time. I wanted to just test if those would fit. So I fitted those individually, and then I just connected those pieces. So connecting those pieces allowed me to get the sizing between the two correct. This step also took a while to dial in because it couldn't be too tight or it would just snap, and if it was too loose then it would just fall off, it wouldn't stay on, and it was just useless. Once I figured out that fit, I had to start the final piece, which included the part that went out to connect to the metal bar. I actually used the broken pieces and measured those pieces to see how far out I had to go and how far in I had to go to connect to the bar. That allowed it to be very close, and it allowed me to actually print only one piece, and it worked right away. But this bar has a little loop around it, and you have to fit the piece into there, and it's a very complex, not measurable curve. So I decided to print that connection point as a square and file it until it fit right. Filing it allows it to be very unique shapes that would be hard to print correctly on the first try. This was a pretty messy process, but it was well worth it, and it made it fit right on the first try, which is not something that happens very often while 3D printing. The filing did, however, leave a lot of fraying off of the piece, so I used a creme brulee torch that we have never used for creme brulee to burn off some of the frays outside, of course, because of the plastic fumes. But that made the piece smooth and it made it slide in and fit well into the metal bracket.
And that was how I created a bracket for my fridge so that the shelf would work again. While the video may not show it, this was a very long process. It took almost a month. And this is because each piece takes at least 5 hours to print, especially the bigger ones. And as you get more familiar with 3D printing, the bigger the piece, of course, makes it take much longer, and also the complexity takes longer. So the amount of supports, the amount of infill in your piece can vary the length of printing. And so when you have to print and test a bunch of pieces for fitment, it takes much longer than it appears on camera. I hope you enjoyed watching this video about the 3D printing process that I go through each time I do a 3D printing project. If you want to check out any of the software or products I use in this video, they'll be linked in the description. I use Tinkercad by Autodesk for designing 3D objects, and then I use Cura as my slicing software. These are both free softwares, and you can download them at the links below. I hope you enjoyed.